Now, different types of events. In that, equally likely events, equal likely means cases or outcomes are said to be equally likely when we have no reason to believe that one is more likely to occur than the other. There is no imperative for to obtaining the outcome of one result is more than the other. We take a small example for this. When an unbiased coin is tossed, occurrence of head and tail are equally likely cases. How much priority is there for getting head? Same priority is there for tail also. So these two are known as equally likely events. Next, exhaustive cases. Exhaustive cases events. Let us take a small example to discuss this. Consider an experiment of throwing a die. If we throw a die, you know how to the sample space it will be. The sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the sample space. Let us define the following events. Event A number less than 4 appears. A number less than 4 appears. Let us say another event B. A number greater than 2 but less than 5 appears. A number greater than 2 but less than 5 appears. This is another. And the third event is C. A number greater than 4 appears. A number greater than 4 appears. Once again, students, event A number less than 4 appears. Event B, a number greater than 2 but less than 5. A number greater than 4 appears. Event C. Now let us write all these things from the given sample space. What A indicates, students? A number less than 4. 1, 2, 3. What event B says? A number greater than 2 but less than 5. Greater than 2 is 3, 4, less than 5. Okay, 3, 4. And last, a number greater than 4. So the number greater than 4 is 5, 6. Now you observe carefully that set A is 1, 2, 3, set B 3, 4, set C 5, 6. Now you club all of them. That means you take union of these 3 sets, A union B union C. It gives you 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is nothing but sample space set S. So such events A, B, C are called exhaustive events. Exhaustive events means what? Set A, set B, set C. If you take the union of the 3 sets, it gives sample space. In general, students, if you take E1, E2 up to En or n events of a sample space S, then that S is written as E1 union, E2 union, E3 union, so on union En. This is also written as union I runs from 1 to n, Ei. S is equal to. So here E1, E2 up to En are called as exhaustive events. Next one is mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events. In general, 2 events A and B are set called mutually exclusive events if the occurrence of any one of them excludes the occurrence of the other event. That is, they cannot occur simultaneously. Once again, in general, 2 events A and B are called mutually exclusive events if the occurrence of any one of them excludes the occurrence of the other event. That is, they cannot occur simultaneously. A set of events A1 to AN are said to be mutually exclusive, and exhaustive events, you can also say that AI intersection AJ is always null set. There is no common point for them. For I not equal to j, both are different. Where 1 less than or equal to I comma j less than or equal to n. 1 to n I am taking. And A1 union, A2 union, so on up to union AN always equal to S. Now you understood better. You take any two sets from A1 to AN. You take their common point of intersection, null set. That means set theoretical I can say that mutual exclusive events will be like this. Set A, set B. Set A, set B. These two are not intersecting circles. That means these two are not having no common point. Whenever they are not common point, they are said to be mutually exclusive. If one event occurs, the other is ruled out. For this, the intersection is always null set. We'll take one example. Consider events A, an odd number appears. B, an even number appears. Now what is the common point of that? Students, A is an odd number appears, B is an even number appears. When you throw a die, so A odd number means 1, 3, 5. B even number means 2, 4, 6. Is there any common point for these two? Nothing. So A intersection B is equal to null set. Empty set, no common element. Any one of them will happen. Either A or B. You will getting this one or this one. Now, that means if A comes means B is excluded. So, if the event A excludes and B and vice versa, that means if one experiment, when you conduct an experiment, if one appears, the other is ruled out. Now, we are going to discuss about probability basic definition. If a random experiment results in exhaustive, exclusive, and equally likely elementary events. If a random experiment results in exhaustive, exclusive, and equally likely elementary events, and M of them are favorable to an event E, then the probability of occurrence of E denoted by P of E, it is denoted by P of E, is given by the ratio M by N. Let us see, students. We are taking one example for this. See, this is a sample space S and E is an event here. This event E. From this we can say S is the sample space and E is our event. Now the event contains M favorable elements are there. So N of E elements, how many are there? M are there. And the total number of elements in the sample space is S contains N elements. Now the probability of the event of E is given by N of E by N of S. What is that? N of E by number of cases favorable to event E, favorable to event E by total number of cases, total number of cases. So number of cases favorable to E, how many are there? M are there. Total number of cases is N. So the ratio is nothing but M by N. So this is the probability of event E occur.